the Trucking Along bundle by Stampin' Up. This stamp set is this month's Card on Blue Card Club, and we'll be using the truck again, coloring little red trucks. This is a little different because I used Very Vanilla for the truck, and it's going to be on top of the white to kind of contrast that. And the card design is much easier than the one I showed you yesterday, and way fewer measurements. All right, so let's get started. That little dimensional is just on there. My name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the Paper Chef, and today I'm going to do some stamping first. And then we'll do the DSP part. So we're going to get, this just a piece of Very Vanilla. Okay, so we're going to stamp the truck. I just stamp it onto a sticky note to get a good image. Hello again. I'm going to try to say hello as you come in. Hello again, Kathy from Backyard Stamper. Great video of all your cards that you showed. So we're just doing this with vanilla. Now, originally I had done it with white, and then I ended up covering that one up with vanilla. So kind of do a combination thereof. Hello, Karen, Femtress, nice to see you. Hey, I see a lot of you are coming to my retreat tomorrow, so maybe I'll show you more sneak peeks. Hello, Kelly Stoller, nice to see you. Christina Fullen, thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Anyone who wants to be a channel member, you get extra perks. I'm just cutting this out in Very Vanilla. I always color after I punch out. I save these little pieces. These are pieces for the tires and windshield and things. But, it's good to have little circles anyway, even if you don't use them for tires. You can use them for buttons on your snowman later. Stuff like that. So you could just save your little shapes. I just throw all my little shapes in with my bucket of crafty goodness. Anyway, we're going to color this the way we did yesterday. It's just that it's going to be on Very Vanilla as opposed to basic white. And then we'll put the basic white behind it. Okay, so where was I? I was saying hello. So anyway, being a channel supporter, you get perks like a coupon to my next upcoming course. You also get that same perk if you're in my retreat. You're going to be getting that coupon as well. Let me show you what I'm doing here for the contrast. And Kathy, can you tell me the name of this die again? I always forget. Oops, the name of this with the little holes in it. And then this one is the deckled rectangle. Deckled rectangles. So here's what, I just wanted to leave these laying there so you could see, right? Like that. That's what we're going for. You might not notice that on my card itself, but it's a Very Vanilla truck. And I had a piece of silicone here. I was just doing iron-ons for my retreat, and I was using a silicone mat to help me with the heat. So I'm trying to think of what I just did with that. Haven't gone anywhere. Where did you go? I actually carried out a little mini ironing board too, so I wouldn't have to worry about the heat. Here we go. So put that there. All right, now we're just going to color the truck now. Real red, light and dark. And let me keep saying hello. Everyday Essentials and Spotlight on Nature. Okay, which is it? Everyday Essentials or Spotlight on Nature? You named 2 stamp sets. So which one is it? And write like with the dots so I know you're answering me because you're probably answering something else. The truck is easier to color than 2-step stamp. Yeah. Well, it's not just easier to color than 2-step stamp. What happened is when I did 2-step stamp, it worked fine with, say, my petal pink because you can't really mess up petal pink. Like you can't really go over the lines too much. It's such a light color. But every time I was using the 2-step stamp with the dark red, it just kind of kept going way out of the lines. And you can't cover it up. Like petal pink, you can kind of not notice if it kind of goes over the edge a little. Real red, it was pretty obvious when it went outside the lines. So I'm just using the dark parts on these lines. I'll just actually do the outside of the truck there. Something like that. So there's a thin side of the marker. And then there's a thick side. I take the thick side, the brush side. That was the dark, real red. And then I take the brush side and just do circular motions to pull those colors in and blend them together. Or you can do little things like that. But I just think it's so easy to color anyway. I just like the results of coloring better. Two-step stamping is easier, but, you know, hey, it's good for some things, but I wish, honestly, that Stampin' Up! Would take into account, like, some of us can't see very well. But they can't make things too big either because you need cute little elements on your cards. You don't want elements to, like, take over your card either. So it's a fine balance. I'm sure they have size guidelines for things like they have to fit everything inside certain size containers, and they want the dies to fit inside the stamp case. And I'm not on the product side of it. All the logistics go into making these. But this little punch this punch can only be like a couple inch wide. Oh, that truck was even easier to color than yesterday. All right, I don't think I need to do anything else to that truck. Let's color the other truck. So if you missed it, I'll just say it again. Everyday Details. Okay, this is from Everyday Details dies. This die that we're going to use for the sentiment. Happy Dance from Minnesota. Hello, Karen. Thank you for being a channel supporter. YouTube channel member. Let's see. And for the upcoming course, so I have, every time I do a scan and cut retreat, I also do a course. Well, not every time. I've only done it twice, but I'm going to launch my course right afterwards. So, like, it's going to be my holiday projects course. So we have, like, several hours of videos on how to make holiday decor. So if you didn't attend the retreat and get the Q&A and the questions and the live demonstrations, you're going to get something similar in the course too. But of course you would have missed out on the retreat. So the retreat is better than the course, but the course, they also get the course. So it's kind of like a best of both worlds. I'm just going to do that, like something like that. Best of both worlds if you go to both, because you're getting live demos of the things I'm making. And you're getting to see in real time how you can go back and forth between Canvas Workspace software and your machine. And not think that, like, it's some mystery. How do you do that? It's like I'm doing it live from start to finish in front of you. You can't be saying, oh, it took her 20 tries. Nope, I'm going to do it live in front of you. If it takes me 20 tries, it's fine. But I'm saying you'll see that it doesn't. It might take 1 or 2 tries to get it right. You just do it. If you're not getting really good on the scan and cut yet, it's just because you're not doing it. Like anything that you want to get good at, you have to do it. Take action. That's what I tell my ladies in the Grow Your Crafty Business group we had. We had a meeting last night, and I was like, take some action on what you learned. Okay, so those are the 2 trucks, and now I'm going to take Smoky Slate, color in the wheels. See, back to this. This is what we're coloring. I'll just leave it there for a reference. Dark Smoky Slate on the back, the same way we colored it yesterday. Dark Smoky Slate for the tires. There's no substitute for taking action if you want to learn a new skill, grow a business, or whatever you need to do. You can't just talk about things. In my world, we do not pontificate, we take action. You can pontificate as well all you want, but you have to still take action. All right, so that's the cute little tires, and then we could take the thin side of the dark, this is this dark smoky slate, and we'll just do the back side there. And I'll just do this little, I could do the windshield, I'll just do the windshield and light smoky slate. The little back windshield. So we'll do, this is light smoky slate. And we'll do the little bumper, the inside of the tire. If you're not having really good results coloring, maybe you're not using the right kind of paper. Our paper has really good ink absorption, and it does go through, see? That's okay, though. That's what alcohol markers do, go through the paper. It doesn't affect your drawing. You're not going to see that anyway. Now, as you dry, the colors change a little bit as they blend together. And then to give it a little cute effect on the glass, we put some Wink of Stella over the whole thing. So I like to color the Wink of Stella with, I like to color the light parts and the gray first, because if you color the red part, it tends to run into everything else. So I'm just going to color these little parts first. And I did this a little bit slower yesterday. If you want to watch that tutorial, we did a card with a lot more layers and parts. Oops, the nice thing about Wink of Stella as well is it lets you know, as you're coloring over everything, you can see which parts you missed. So let's get that little, oops, that's the brush side. I'm going to use the thin side. That, we missed the little front part. Okay, so now that I've done all the smoky slate parts, let's make sure I got all the tires and the fenders and the bumpers. Okay, now I'm going to do the red parts, because now if it runs, you know, it runs into the other parts of the red. It's just like when you use red ink on your stamps, it's the dyes. What is it? When you use red ink on your stamp set, I should say, it stains the dyes too. So it's kind of like, it also kind of stains my Wink of Stella. And it's just like when you eat, kind of like when you eat berries too, or strawberries, you get a little bit of pigment stain as well. All right, so our trucks are good. So we have these, all we're doing is getting elements. I recommend if you're making a bunch of cards for a holiday or something, or thank you cards, whatever you're making, just do a bunch. Mass produce, color while you watch TV and things. Hello, Diana Trout, nice to see you. Hello, Lynn McFarlane. Oh, Christina's, thank you for being a channel member. And she said she's saving for her scan and cut. Yay, she's saving up for a scan and cut. Maybe Black Friday sales, maybe Santa will get you one. Oh, and then Renee is saying, Renee44, thank you. She's saying, I'm the reason she bought a scan and cut. My lessons made it easy for her. I always take all the lessons and break them down step by step. So like what might take me 5 minutes to do on my own, I might spend an hour teaching you how to do it, so you really understand how to do it. Now for this, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the tree right onto the back paper. And I did use the garden green. I think I off-stamped it. So we're going to try to find a little happy medium. I think it was this one. I have to look at how I did it. So it's kind of like we have the garden green and we have that, okay? Garden green, let's see. So let me just kind of, okay, so we have that. And then we have this, and I'm thinking I did a little off stamping. Okay, that's dark, and then I went like that. This I did the two-step stamping with. Yeah. So you see how you can like stamp it twice? Okay? So let's just do that. We're going to take the garden green. I'm going to stamp it onto the piece of paper. This is stamping once. And then we're going to stamp it right onto our little paper right about here. What I'm doing is moving the truck away, stamping it there. Okay? Put the truck back. That's where the truck will go. Okay, so I stamped right onto the paper. Now for this part, let's see. I just stamped right back onto the tree. This just gives it a little texture. So I stamped the lighter part. It's up to you if you want to do the lighter part or the darker part. I'll do that again so you can kind of see what I did. I went to, so here's my truck. The truck is there as a reference. I took my, this is two-step stamping. So I took my tree and I made it lighter. I stamped it once onto my sticky note. Put it about there. Remove my truck, right? So that's the tree. And then I took the outside of the tree and just stamped over the top of it. And then I even further took my little, just to blend it all together. Because you can use a combination of ink and blend markers, like alcohol markers. So I went over the whole thing and to let it sort of run together with my old olive. See, I originally stamped onto this paper. And then my white truck, I liked it better when it was very vanilla. So then I went over the whole thing with old olive. See, doesn't the tree look nicer with the old olive filling in the gaps? I think it does. So that's kind of, well, this one's lighter, but again, I'm experimenting all the time. Something like that. So I'm filling in the gaps with Old Olive. And if, you know, use whatever kind of greens you have because anything matches. I'm just putting a little bit extra down there in case my truck doesn't line up exactly. Okay, now we're going to put the clouds. The reason I used the white too is to put the clouds. So these little very vanilla trucks are going to be on there. The clouds are going to be right up on this white part because I wanted to put some clouds in my scene, but I didn't want to mess with the background. Oh, there it goes again. Let's get the baby white. Hello, Debbie Salinas. Thank you for being a channel member. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we're doing at our retreat and the course coupon you're going to get. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the Scan and Cut retreat is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So I've been working on it for months. I mean, really a long, long time I'm working on it. So I always come up with, so the theme is, well, it's like 3D stocking stuffers, holiday projects, and things like that. So whatever we don't cover, you're still going to get in the course. So don't worry if, you know, you can't get it all done in one day. The one day is just really fun. We're going to have raffle prizes. What I'm doing is getting out the, we meet, we do raffles, we do question Q&A, and live demos. I mean, it's just a whole different experience. And you get to use the materials. I had a really epic retreat kit. I mean, that was worth even if you don't even come to the retreat kit's worth the whole price of the retreat. Like, I mean, the retreat kit is epic. My mom made cute little bags. You get all your little swag and you get to use all those materials in the course. All right, so anywho, that is tomorrow. So what I'm doing now is I'm just doing some clouds. So just sticking a cloud on here, sticking a cloud on there. So what you're going to do is, let me look at the one. So we have a cloud behind that cloud. I'll show you how to fix that too. And then we have a cloud that's going to go off the page a bit, right? So make one cloud go off the page a bit. Okay, and then we'll do that again over here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. One cloud that goes off the page. One cloud that's over here. Okay, now, to get the other cloud, you have to make a little mask. Now, it's better to make a mask on the sticky note itself. You know, use the sticky note material, right? That would be better. Actually, I gave you masking paper in some of your kits. That way your thing will stick. You don't really even need to cover the whole cloud. You're just, basically, you're just covering the right side of the cloud. I hope you can see this. I'm just cutting out the right side of the cloud. Okay. So you're going to stick this onto your cloud, your first cloud, like so. Okay. And now you're going to stamp another cloud behind it, like so. Okay. So you have a cloud behind the other cloud. Pretty cool, right? And you can, this is your reusable mask. But if you, of course, use masking paper by Stampin' Up. I'm using the rudimentary sticky note technique, but I do in my kits give you, I didn't give it to you in this card on Blue Kit, but in my workshop kits, you always get masking paper. Now you know what it's for. It's just a big sticky note is all I give you. So that's how you make your clouds. And now we have a scene. We are making a scene. We're causing a scene. We're making a scene. So now we're going to take our, let's see, these ones. The pool party. We're going to color the clouds a little bit. Every cloud has a silver lining, except in this case, every cloud's going to have a pool party lining. So we're going to take our, I love pool party. If you're going to get blends for the holiday season, pool party is going to be great for your snow and your snowmen and your clouds and your Christmas. Let's see. Crumb cake's a good set to buy. And then, of course, red and greens. Like maybe real red and shaded spruce or old olive and cherry cobbler or something like that. So just go for it. Get yourself a few sets of blends and just have at it this holiday season. So this is what I'm doing with the clouds is I'm just doing a little bit of darker pool party on the top. And then lighter on the bottom. like so. Okay. That's a nice new blend, I can tell. Oh, good. Update your scanning cup for tomorrow. And like some people choose to just like, oops. Okay, this is one of my ones with the jacked up fronts. Let's see if one of the ones that Kathy helped me fix some of my blends. Let's see if Kathy fixed one of mine. You may have fixed. Oh, this is the dark pool party again. So I need to find a light pool party that doesn't have a tip that's missing. Or else I have to use a tip that's all. Oh, you know what I could do is I can use, you can always use the thin side of something. So basically, oops, was that the dark again? That's the dark again. All right, let's fix it. Embrace your mistakes, guys. Just do it. I'm going to use the light side. This is the light pool party. There we go. I'm going to blend the light pool party with the dark. Oh, that came out nice. So my thick side doesn't work right now. I call it my nibs. I am having trouble with my nibs. Hey, that would be a good title for the video. Kathy, you can feel free to steal that title. Are you having trouble with your nibs? Because she's always fixing, like she's always showing you how to, and that's from Backyard Stamper. She's showing you how to replace your nibs and your markers, whether or not it's economical to do so, how to do it. I mean, sometimes we don't care whether something's economical, crafters. We just like to do it. We like to be able to replace things as we need to replace them without having to get a new set all the time. How to refill your markers, how to, we want to save money, but we also, sometimes we like, the saying, why buy a card for whatever, $6 when you can make it for $100? Well, because we like to make things. We like to be creative. It's like how we live, right? All right, so that's your clouds. Now we could do our Wink of Stella on the clouds. Make them sparkle, right? I'm just keep putting the truck there. I don't need to put the truck there. I'm just putting it. It's going to go back on there, and I don't think I popped it up. No, because I think I popped up the whole thing. So I'm going to glue the truck down. But before I glue the truck down, I like to, do the Wink of Stella. But first do the clouds. And then we've already done the truck, Wink of Stella. And then we'll do the tree. That way, if any green, we won't be mixing the green and the pool party together. So those are the colors we used for the project. Well, I'll write them all down for you. But we used pool party, light and dark. We used red, real red, light and dark. And we used stamping with we did some stamping with the garden green, but then we overlaid it with the light old olive. Very nice. Okay, so that is the Wink of Stella. And now we're going to get out some glue. Kathy said she refilled her cherry cobbler today. This wasn't one of the ones you refilled, because the one you refilled is right here, Kathy. It's still in the bag. So this isn't the one. I mean, I've been using the ones you refilled, but not those colors. It's kind of like an as-needed basis. I'm like, oh, as I need it. Now I'm gluing the truck onto the white part. As I need it, I look for them. Like, oh, where's my blends? Oh, it's in the bag you sent me. That's kind of how I roll. I know I'm not missing something until I go to use it. I didn't put it back, in other words. So I'm not putting the truck on there. Okay. I'm just putting the truck where it lands. Well, we can put snowflakes and everything else on it. Okay. On the little card, so we can, if it's not center, we'll just put some snowflakes in the sky. Even though it looks kind of like a bright sunny day, we still have a Christmas tree in the back of the truck, so we have to We're going to put some snow on the scene too. Okay, that one I'll move over here more. That one's more centered. So that's your little rectangle. And now we will, because there's some black on this one, I'm going to flip it around so I don't get anything on it. Pop these up with dimensionals. So I guess you already guessed it. We're going to make 2 cards. They'll be a little bit different. When we cut the DSP, we will have maybe, 2 kinds. All right, that's for good measure. I don't like droopy cards, so we're going to put a little something in the middle. I know, I overdo it with the dimensionals. All right, so those are good. I don't want to peel these off yet because we're going to be using those. So I'll put them up on my scan and cut for now, and let's see what we have. We have just some, okay, we'll do the festive. We'll do the stamping part to get that done. Right? So that then we can get that out of the way without getting ink all over the rest of our project. So that is garden green. Tap, tap, tap. Hi, Robbie. Nice to see you. Don't try to refill your markers. Refill the blends. I mean, you could try to refill your markers too, but that's talk about not getting the genie back in the bottle. Hello, Leslie. No, because if you end up trying to refill your marker, you could break your marker and like the nib could fall out. But if you are going to, you would be using a re-inker. All right, so we're just taking these, wishing you a festive Christmas and putting that onto the die. Oh, very nice. And I'm just using garden green. And I had another one of these. If you want to ink up the edges, we've done that many times here. Okay, very nice. So that's done. Now, whoops, see? Already got ink on me. All right, got rid of those. Let me get my little basket. Okay, I'm just gonna put all this stuff away so I can wash it, get it out of here. All right, good. So we'll write the measurements on last. We're just we're gonna go in here and get the paper. So we're using the Season of Green and Gold. It came back in stock yesterday. I don't even know if they already ran out of it, but I hope not. I hope it's still in stock today. This stuff has been so popular. I'm trying to use it in next month's. I'm not using it in the card club kit, but if you are interested in joining my card club, as you can see, we have a lot of fun and shenanigans, and this is the stamp set that you want to buy for next month for the September card club kit. You have plenty of time to get this and get it shipped to you, and I'll do the tutorials later in the month. But do sign up by the 10th of the month to get a kit. Now, the kit will not have this paper in it, but it'll have 2 other kinds of paper. But I am having a workshop series as well. And I'm not announcing these until after my retreat because we just have to keep one thing at a time, finish the retreat. But this one, Greetings of the Season, I will try to put some of the paper in the workshop kit. Even if it's only 6 little sheets of 6 by 6. It comes in 12 by 12. I will just get as much as I can and put it in your kits until they run out. Okay, so we need this paper. I like that paper for a background. Let's try to find another one for a good background. Now these, don't waste these on your background because let me see. You can, instead of wasting those, I don't want to say waste because nothing's wasted, but you can cut those out with your scan and cut, all these embellishments. I gave you some graceful greenery vellum in your retreat kits. So I did a tutorial on my YouTube channel about how to cut these out. So don't use those papers as your card background when you can make tons of embellishments out of those, right? Instead, use these kinds of papers for your card background. I'm just trying to see what else would make a good card background, if any, because I have a lot of the same sheets because I was doing a, here we go. This would make a good background. I was doing a swap. So when you do a swap, a card swap, you end up with like a lot of the same papers left over. Because I used a lot of the same paper. I'm just seeing what else is over here. Yeah, that one does make a good background too with the stripes. Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens if I do stripes. We'll see what we like. All right, so we're going to cut 3 pieces at once. And you're going to cut the 4-inch side first because 4 inches is the width. right? And then 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. Now, these 3/4 inch strips, because the paper I sent you was, you're going to use these. I sent you paper that was, let's see what I sent you. Oh, these will make nice little strips. Oh, 6 by 6. The paper I sent you was 6 by 6. So they'll be our little strips for the middle. Then you're going to need some gold. I gave you either 3-inch pieces of gold foil. This is at my Stampin' Up store. Okay, you're going to use that to make little 1-inch strips. Okay, and just put those across your card. Now, usually I use like the ledge of something here. Let's use the ledge of the trimmer to help us, push it against something like that. Okay. Nice. I love just extra layers of foil. So these are just 1-inch strips of gold foil. Cutting off the extra. Now this makes a good snowflake. I can show you what I use the insides of this for. So like this is my inside of my poinsettia, right? You use the gold foil extra pieces to cut out your snowflakes and things from other projects. So don't throw away these little pieces of your scraps. All right, now you're going to take this little extra piece. This was already cut to the exact right length. And you're going to put that right onto the gold foil. So we have gold foil that's 1 inch, and then we have this little strip. This little strip is just the leftover 3/4 inch piece. Come on. I'm stuck on you. That just flew off my table. See if we're going to need that. I'll go down and get it in case we need it. Okay, put that. Sometimes my little Seal Plus gets stuck on the edges. So anyway, use the edge like this to push it against, so to make it the exact right width. All right, so good. So far, so good. And then for this piece and this piece. All right. Wonder where that other little piece went. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm thinking with the truck, this one's going to be cuter. But I do like this as a card background. It's just, I don't know. Let me find my pieces. It looks just kind of dull to me. I mean, it's okay. I mean, use it if you wish. But I think that's just, I don't know. Actually, I like it better. Now I changed my mind. Because you know what? We already have one that's very similar to that. Maybe for this one, I would use, maybe that side would be more exciting. I think I'm going to save this for something else. So we're going to use this side. It's actually, it was dull, but then it's not as dull when you put the pieces on it. It's not quite as dull. Sometimes you have to look at things to really know if it looks good or not. I'm putting the adhesive across on that side too, just to make sure that I really cover it all. It would be dull, but there's so much else going on the card, right? So we have a lot of festive stuff going on the card. Now I have another little piece somewhere. Here we go. We're going to use this. That'll jazz it up. We'll use some foil in the middle part. It'll make the card more festive. If your Seal Plus starts getting stuck, do not start unraveling it. Just push it back on the middle. Don't forget about it. They're easy to fix. I think people start unraveling it. I've done it before. I found myself unraveling seal all over my room. Then my cat got a hold of it. Good grief. It was all over the place. But just keep calm and put your Seal Plus back on the roller. Yeah, I think that's going to work on there. But we're not putting these on yet because we're just laying them out. Which one? I'll put this. See, because that is such a busy background. So now we need our little card backgrounds. I don't think I have any. I only have one of this. Let's say pecan. What do we say? This goes to someone that's in their kit. Pecan pie. Okay, so we had garden green and pecan pie, but we shall use one of the other backgrounds. Let's see, I'll probably use them. I'll do some mossy meadow. Yeah, that'll work. And I'll do a pecan pie. Or I could do a garden green. Let's see if it'll. What do you think? This is the one card. I'm going to use pecan pie for one, but do you like this on a mossy meadow background? Or do you like it on a garden green? You could put MM or GG. Because I'm not going to cut another pecan pie right now. We're not in the business of cutting all these layers right now because we're in a tutorial. So I usually send you all these pieces. I have a lot of extra. All right, so we know we're at least using the pecan pie. While you're voting, I know we're adhering this one to the pecan pie because this is my original card. See, I want to at least make my original design. We're going to flip that around. I'm getting a lot of M&Ms. M&Ms, Mossy Meadow votes. Now you want me to eat some M&Ms, don't you? I'm going to be looking for some peanut M&Ms after this. All right, so here we go. Putting that. I think that vote was way outnumbering the garden green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. Lots of votes for. Hello, Outback Stamping. Leslie, nice to see you. She voted for Mossy. So did Robbie. So did Karen and Kathy and Leslie and Debbie. All right, we're doing Mossy Meadow. I guess it does contrast well because we have the old olive right there on top of the Mossy Meadow. So you can see it doesn't really take double the time to do a second card. I'd say like your first card, would be like most investment, right? But then for like 20% more time or whatever it is, not that much extra time. Like say you spend 100% of the time making a card. Well, then how much more of that time do you make making a second card? Not that much more. You just 25%, 30%. I mean, it really doesn't take double the amount of time. It doesn't even take 50% more time to make a second card. It's easier to make more than one card. So don't make one card. Always when you're making cards, make at least a second card. Then you can at least remember, at least to have it for your own design. You're like, oh, that's the card I used, How did I do that? You can at least have it for your own reference. Always make sure you don't put your trucks on upside down, your paper pattern upside down. So we're not popping up the truck itself. The very vanilla truck was glued onto the white background. But now this whole element is being popped up. So that's on dimensionals right there. Now we take these little pieces that are punched out shapes. These are very vanilla. I may have to get some more. Okay, I know I see one here. This is an element. This is called the Heartfelt Hexagon Punch, I believe. Ooh, maybe we can even punch it out of something cute. Let's see. Oh, no, because we're already using that paper. Nah, I think I'll just punch it out of vanilla. I have a piece of vanilla here. So all I'm doing is just kind of contrasting between the white and the vanilla. So just get in there and punch out some shapes. I already sent you the punched out shapes, but now you know what to do with them. You were using them to put on your card like that. So let me move this out of the way. I just came up with that design just to kind of contrast the white and the very vanilla. And to show you that you can use very vanilla and white interchangeably in your cards. So let's look at the first card and just lay this out. It's going to go like that. See how you have a contrast? Because if you were just to put this, now say you were just to put this wishing you a festive Christmas right on the card. It's still cute, right? But having extra little elements is cuter. I thought, just to kind of put that on there like that. So that's all I'm doing. And one we just stick right down there. This one. Just kind of overlap it a little bit, center it. And then the other one we pop up with dimensionals. I'm just kind of centering it. Well, let's see. I kind of put it up more toward the top than I did because I wanted it to be like overlap a little. Okay, good. One is done, and we got to still put snowflakes on there to really make it look Christmassy, right? And put some snowflakes. They're called Adhesive Back Snowflake Assortment in your kit. Okay, put that over there. Voila. When you have the elements, the card comes together easy. I'm going to use some of this bigger ones, I think, because they're already... I just have a lot of these bigger ones left over from the retreat. I gave you bigger ones. And then in the card club, I gave you smaller ones. But I'm going to show you what the pack looks like. All right. So everything's sticking together. This is what the pack of the snowflakes look like. Adhesive Back Snowflake Assortment. I'm just going to go ahead and put 3. There you have gold, copper. Okay, let me look at my other one. We're going to have gold, copper, and white. So I'm going to put a gold one there. Let's see. A gold one there. All right, a copper one. Copper. Copper there. And copper. Oops. There was like 2, let's see. I don't know where there were 2 little, glue dots is the word I'm looking for. Glue dots. I don't know where this will go. Let's see if it go. Oop, too much going on that side. Let's put that over there. All right, good, good. And we'll put maybe, I'm going to see if I can find the white one to put over the top of that vanilla. No, maybe it needs to go. Well, it'll work. Put it on down there. All right, so those are the 3. Yours are a little bit smaller, but it's all good. Same difference. And if you want to put, if you get some more, and you like once I open the other ones, you can put them around the scene as well. And voila, completely different. Just have, I do like the vibe of the plain one too. So, you know, completely different depending on your background and your foiling. But you still got some gold foil either way. Got the Wink of Stella going on. Yay. Let's get paper. Okay, I'm going to put this away. I'd have to cloud over there. So I'll just put those there. If you want to take a screenshot after I write the measurements, you'll have 2 designs. If you want to buy these things, let me get my little website here. Or signing up for any of my events and my newsletter. Because you might be like, I didn't even know there was a retreat. Well, sign up for the newsletter. Oh boy, there goes that glare again. Here, we'll put a card up there to keep the glare from going around. It's all in my newsletter. All the things I offer. All right, so this is called the August card on blue. And we are going to do the same kind of layout for these 2 cards with the 11-inch layout for this is the pecan pie part, right? It's 11 inches, score at 5.5, and it's 4 1/4. So what I'm talking about, whoa, that I wrote 1/4 really big. See, this is what I'm talking about, like so. And that is pecan pie. And now we have layer 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to be layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then we'll write what they are. So this one is going to be gold. This one's DSP, and this one's DSP. Okay, this one is going to be shaped like that. The next one's going to be shaped like that. And the next one is shaped like that. we'll write the measurements over there. And I'm just going to put what the paper is called, Season of Green and Gold. The specialty, it's called Specialty Designer Series Paper. The measurement for this first layer is 5 1/4 times 4. Remember back to the beginning of the tutorial when we cut all 3 layers at once. The next layer is 4 by 1 inch. That's the gold layer. The next layer is 4 by 3/4 of an inch. That's the little DSP strip in the vanilla. Okay, you have everything you need there, and then I'm going to write the ink. You have Garden Green. This is just the ink for the sentiment. And we have Memento Black for the truck, because we're going to color it with blends, so we use Memento Black so we can color with alcohol markers. Then we have blends, which are the alcohol markers. I use the terms interchangeably. We have Pool Party for the clouds, light and dark. We have Real Red for the cute little truck, light and dark. We have Smoky Slate for the wheels. I know this is a repeat of last night, but that's okay. Not everybody was here. All right. And we have a couple little extra things I did for like the tree. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Karen. You're saying she loves it. She loves all the layering the sentiment dies, layering the dies. Hello, Robbie. Nice to see you. All right, let's see. Slate. There's one other. There was red. It was something else. Oh, the old olive. I used, so for the blends, I kind of took the old olive here. Just write that down. Old olive light, and I colored in the tree. Just to make the tree more full. And that's what it looks like. So that's your, oops, you can't see me. You can't see it. Let me move this up like so. There you go. You can see all the colors now. Take your screenshot. I'll show you a couple other projects. Okay, so if you're subscribing to Card on Blue, which is my card club, you get enough supplies to make 8 cards each month. You buy the stamp set separately. I don't have the whole thing where I add on the stamp set and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I hope you can shop at my store to get your stamp set, but I really concentrate on my kits. So I don't do a whole lot of logistical things for customers. I just really don't order for customers. Customers can place orders online at my store very simply. So you get your own stamp set or use your own materials and you get my kits. This month's kit had you all got a, let's see. You all got a stamping block because you always get some kind of like cool thing. Sometimes it's a blending brush. Sometimes it's a little dauber. Sometimes it's a new product sample. It doesn't always give like a giant gift, but you get things you do get not giant gifts, but you get swag bags every 6 months once you're consecutively in the club. And you always get enough supplies to make 8 cards. You have 4 card bases, 4 inserts. You get the white inserts and then 4 envelopes. Everything's labeled. Well, here's another package that came in this month. And then you get 2 packs of designer series paper, meaning the 12 by 6 sheets. No, 6 by 6 sheets, sorry. Like, for example, here. This was the package of the Country Woods that came with it. Then you got this little package of, I ran out of it because Stampin' Up! Ran out of it, but it is a pack in stock now, the Season of Green and Gold. So if you want it, get it while you can at my store to get some extra. But that's an online exclusive item. So you get 2 packs of, that, and then you get a little package of embellishment. Like here's one that's going out. You got some gingham ribbon, glittered organdy ribbon we used yesterday, some rhinestones, and some snowflakes. So that's enough for your cards to embellish your 8 cards. Everything's labeled for you. You get some candy. It's a very good value, and you can do a PayPal subscription. Or if you just want to get one club, that's fine. Now, you're not going to get the kit I just showed you. Just like with Paper Pumpkin, you don't get that kit. You're going to get next month's kit. Did I make the next month's kit? Of course not. I didn't make next month's kit yet. But I know that what I'm putting into it for the most part. And there goes a moth. It's flying in my she shed. Anyway, we're going to be basing it on Merriest Trees in September. And we're going to be using, I know what we're using. We're using this Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. Because at the time, I couldn't even get this paper. I couldn't get this paper. It was out of stock. So I'm using Thoughtful Journey and Iconic Celebrations. It's a cool Christmassy type of paper. The Thoughtful Journey will give us a cool way to do other trees with other color schemes, which is going to be fun. All right, so what else are we making this month? Let me show you that. All right, well, first let me show you what we made yesterday. And you might say, oh, they look very similar to today's. Yes, but there was a different design. So you can you can see that we did a different design today. This is an actual simpler design we did today, but it's more coloring and clouds and a little bit of 3D pop-ups and things. But that one we had many more layers on that one. Okay, so these are the ones we've made so far in the Card on Blue Card Club. Every design is original, unique, et cetera, et cetera. Your kits are unique. All right, I want to show you some other things I've made with the Season of Green and Gold before I show you the other cards. So this was my swap cards I made with the Season of Green and Gold. And I based this off one of the sketches in the catalog. So, lots of fun with that paper. I'm just going to show you a few more things I made with this paper before I show you the other cards we'll be making. So this is some bags. These tutorials were on my YouTube channel. And this one I'll probably do as part of my next workshop series. This one, the bag tutorial, if I do it again, I'll do a different size bag because I've already shown you how to do that. Like a lot of what I'm showing you, these are in my tutorials already. Like I made this one live on YouTube with an unboxing. I made these 2 bag sizes. They're different size bags. I've made those live on my YouTube channel. Here's another one I made. This is a thicker bag. So Season of Green and Gold is just fantastic paper. I plan on getting more. I've already ordered some more. And I'm going to be getting some more for that workshop kit I told you about. All right. So I'll show you some trees in a moment, and some tree boxes. So this is what else we're making this month in Card on Blue. So these are summary type cards with different color schemes because I carefully curate the paper with the cardstock I send you, with the embellishments, ribbon, and colors that I use to color in things. So we got a little summer card with a little tree and surfboards hanging out the back, sending you sunny thoughts. Then we have a little flower truck with this is going to be 2-step stamping. So these are the cards we're making still this month. Okay, so that is Card on Blue. Is what a new stamp set. This one, the one I'm using, neither one of these are new. This is not new. Merriest Trees, it's been around. You may already have it. Or you might be like me. I thought I have it, have to order it again. I mean, just check your stash. This one we're using is not new either. These have been around for probably a year. But you guys voted on these stamp sets. So my Card on Blue Card Club members vote on the stamp sets we're designing with. All right, let me clear this off and show you something else. So I mentioned that there is the greetings of the season, and that one is going to be my workshop series. I just had it out a minute ago. Well, don't know where that one went, but we do have a workshop series, and that we'll be using a 3rd stamp set for that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So this is going to be a kit that I make. So my workshop series is something that goes on for 2 months. And so September and October will be greetings of the season. So if you're kind of wondering what's a workshop series, we do things based on a bundle from Stampin' Up! As opposed to just a stamp set. And this month we're working on these cards from the Seaside Wishes. Okay. Not just cards, but 3D items as well. So that kit was pretty epic, and I've already done 6 tutorials on YouTube on the Seaside Wishes. And I'm showing you all the things we've been making. Okay, so now you're ready for whoever's still around. I know you're excited, and it's less than an hour, so I have a few minutes to show you a couple sneak peeks of my scan and cut projects. So those are all just the cards I work on YouTube. My channel is full of workshops and Card on Blue card clubs, but each tutorial, Don't think you got to be part of the card club to watch. No, everyone can watch. My channel is open to everybody. It's just that if you're in the club or you get the workshop kit, you can follow along with the exact materials. Of course, you have to be in the U.S. to get these workshop kits of mine. If you're not in the U.S., just follow along on my channel and use whatever supplies you have, and that's fine. Will A2 cards fit in those bags? Okay, good question. Here's a bag. Here's an A2 card. And I may not have made them for that, but you can always change it up. Not on that one. But all you got to do is change the dimensions. Nope, not on that one. But you have to make a bigger bag. Build a bigger bag to put your card in it. No, but this is because I was trying to use a 12. I think I used an 11-inch wide piece. And even if I went with 12-inch wide, I don't think that will barely give me enough to put this card in there. But make a smaller card, like here. Like this card. Well, this card's not smaller, but you know what I'm saying? Make a card that'll fit in your bag or make a bigger bag. But you may have to glue some more paper together. All right, so scan and cut. I have like these flowers. I want to show you a project that you can make using Canvas Workspace. So you make your poinsettias. And you all got in your kit, the Brothers Scan and Cut kit, like this really cool gold square pizza box, paper, whatever it's called, mini pizza box. I don't have any more of those, but this is going to look fantastic on your gold box. And these are some more cute bags my mom made for upcoming season. Aren't these cute? It was requested for no handles, so we tried it. She's trying it with no handles now. So anyway, these are little boxes. Let's see. Lip balm holder. I've done a different design for the lip balm holder. It's different because it's not the same as the one that we made on the YouTube channel. Because I tried something new. This is kind of fun. I wanted to see if I can make little perforations so you can just peel the back off. And so I made little slits so you can that'll lift up either way, and then I made perforations. Now I think I need to make the perforations a little bit more prominent, but this is where you just pull this off and it's perforated, meaning there's little dashed lines there. So you can get the lip balm or the money out of your holder. Okay, let's see what else I have. This is a design I came up with. I show you how in the retreat to weld, and in the course too. This is a course, not just a retreat. It's a retreat, but everybody in the retreat gets a coupon for my course where they get these projects in great, great detail. Anyone could take my course from anywhere in the world, so you'll still get access to my course whether you're in the retreat or not. These are little boxes I designed using the Season of Green and Gold, and then using some other paper I had, because you never want to use your great paper when you're designing, when you're experimenting. But they came out nice too in all the different papers. So you're going to fuse a few triangles together to make your tree, then create an offset to make it a curved tree so it's not so sharp with the triangles. Make little boxes. Of course, I reinforced some. I experimented with reinforcing it. These are really reinforced. So these have, see how much easier it is to open this one because I doubled up the DSP. So that's just another trick. Make extras. And I want to show you for this. This one is what you start with. So this is before you weld it together and do the offset and make it curved around the edges. See how that's sharp versus here. Maybe it's easier to see. Sharp triangles versus curved. I teach that. And then this is a tag. If you don't want to make a box, you can make a tag out of with the same concept. All right. Another original design I came up with. Oh, this is the box itself, by the way, before you put the tree on it. It still is so cute, but I was messing with the clearance. I do a lot of experimentation, and the clearance was like, clearance means that's how tight the top is. And I'm like, man, too loose, loosey-goosey. So I had to, mess with the clearance and the settings. All right. Template Maker, awesome program. I use that for the base of these boxes. This one's full. I'll show you what's in it. Oh, thanks, Yvette. Nice to see you. She's going to try to watch it live. I hope you feel better. But try to at least be there, even if you turn off your camera, so you can, try to win the raffle prizes. You got to be present to win. So at least try to, listen in on that. Anyway, these are little boxes called shallow boxes. And they're very similar to Stampin' Up's boxes, but we made them from scratch with Mossy Meadow and Season of Green and Gold. Yeah, I hope you feel better, because that sucks when you get that, I tell you what. Okay, I also have tag treats that I need to put my sentiments on. We're not making all of this. Don't worry. We're not making all of this in one go, one day. Some of it I'm going to just demo, and some of it you're actually going to make. Some of it I'm going to share. But one of my favorite things I made because I came up with this. I just came up with this. It was one of those things that just pop in your head. Like, you ask the question to yourself, I wonder if I can iron on to wood. I wonder if I can iron on heat transfer vinyl onto wood. So I asked myself the question, I tried it, and yes, you can. So I just decided to make wood ornaments. And I gave everybody some wood ornaments in their kit. Now this one is the first set. This one kind of little stuff came off the side. I'll show you where I got these. Like, I'll talk about where I sourced the material and like how you can get it. Then you can monogram them. Yeah, you can iron on with wood. You can iron. So you all got little pieces of wood, and you can use. You all got heat transfer vinyl. This is called heat transfer vinyl. So anyway, that's what you're gonna make with those, and more. And more is going to be in the course. I have these little bags that we iron onto. This is my adhesive kit, but I have a Christmas version of this too. Like, I'm going to show you how to iron onto your bag. Or it's the same concept of ironing onto wood, but it just works a little bit differently with how you iron onto fabric versus how you iron onto wood. But that's all. I just wanted to give you some sneak peeks of some of the scan and cut projects I've been working on. That is all for now. Have a great evening. Prayers to you, Yvette. Thank you for watching. I'm making sure I didn't miss any questions from anybody. This is the Paper Chef. We'll see you again real soon.